songwriter, composer, artist, singer, engineer. You know what I'm saying? I work with the likes of Tyrese, Musiq Soulchild, Jamie Foxx. Just recently got in the studio working with Mr. Probs and Anderson .Paak.
Fire.
And also Maroon 5. I did the remix to Girl Like You alongside my brother Chef Dizzle.
Like you.
Yeah.
That's that shit.
Yeah, so like, I put my feet to the pavement.
Well, thank you for hopping on. Actually, thank you to all of you guys for joining. We're excited to have you here. I've been telling everybody from my Finessed Media team to all the artists that we've been working with about you, and we've gotten so many messages about how excited everybody is that Finessed Media is.
Thanks for having me, yo.
Yeah, so thank you for hopping on. Can you just talk a little bit about your background, so how you got started, and obviously you're Grammy nominated, you worked with some really high up people, but can you talk about how you got started?
So yeah, I started in actually in 2000. I mean, my god brother Cheese, God bless his dead, he actually pushed me into the studio at his man's house. We actually was in a closet. And you know what I'm saying? And he told me then, he was like, dog, you don't understand. This is your out. This is your way to get into the world. And I was like, yeah, I bet inside the closet gonna get me to the world. You know what I'm saying? But if he was still here today, man, I would be so glad just to tell him like, hey man, thank you for pushing me and everything. So 2000 ended up being a situation where my mother actually was doing a gospel project. She was one of the lead singers in a phenomenal gospel group called Youthful Praise. And she started to do her project, branching out, starting to get, spread her wings and go amongst working with different people and things. And the name of her project was called Journals of a Worshipper. And that was deliberately my first project that I've ever written and produced on. And it was one of the first projects actually back in that time was to actually get recognized by MTV. MTV actually had posted on their page, and a lot of good things started happening from there, where it led for her to go and sing for the Pope over in Rome, Italy, and a lot of different other things. And then, I'm a preacher's kid, so I was always taught from a standpoint of when you learn the music and stuff, you got to learn it to be exactly to the T, so that when people perform in church and stuff, it would be exactly sounding like what they hear on the radio. So that kind of taught me a lot of different things about just learning, what they call in the producer world or the composer world, marriage of sound. Mm-hmm. And what that is like certain pianos going to blend very well with certain basses or certain guitars or even drums to that magnitude. And, learning that and being able to hear different producers from the likes of Timbaland or Pharrell or, Battle Cat or these different people, like it became kind of like second nature to me for me to be able to hear different producers and emulate that actual sound, because I already been taught that versus doing the things that I was doing in church and stuff. So it helped me out a lot. Being, a musician in church at a young age, really taught me a lot of stuff. So then as I go further along, I ended up running into Troy Oliver, which was a producer that was, he did Jenny on the Block over there. Troy Oliver, he poured a lot of stuff into me at a young age. And it used to be the spot if you don't know, I'm from New Haven, Connecticut. It used to be a spot called, what was that? Humphreys. It was called Humphreys. And they would do, what's the name? An open mic night. And everybody from the city is like, it was like the most popping thing to do, to go to this open mic night, because so many different people had touched that stage that were coming from to and fro. You know what I'm saying? The twins from Jagged Edge, they're from Hartford, Connecticut for real. And, they came there, they did their thing back in the day and stuff. Like, it was a lot going on. And I actually had an opportunity to put a whole band together. So they used to look at me crazy because I would have a 6-piece band while everybody else coming out there with their, their 2-track or whatever and performing to a 2-track. Well, I had a cheat code because I was a musician, and all my friends and my cousins was musicians, so we would all get together, and I had put a full-fledged concert on. I remember putting on the Usher look with the white blazer and the all shirt and the New York all white fitted. It was some jeans and some and we call them Uptowns, and people call them Air Forces. But I mean, I was on my Dean at that time, so that was something that kind of put me in a field of understanding what it is to actually perform amongst crowds. You know what I'm saying, and actually controlling the crowd. So these are all things that kind of pushed me into being like this kind of conductor that people are in love with, work with me in the studio, because I make it very comfortable for people to be in studios. And when it comes to like vocal production and things of that magnitude, like people, like artists are very, they're very protective of their gift. And they want an opportunity to be able to show you. I'm like, okay, cool. I'm going to let you, yeah, you got that. Show me what it is that you can do. But I'm going to show you how I can make you better. Like, and that's like a superpower that I really have for real. And I mean, every person I've ever worked with, they be the first ones to tell you, like, hey man, listen, it's you taught me something that I didn't even know that I even had within me. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? And like deliberately, like I remember being in a room with Jamie. Me and Jamie got a real cool rapport, man. Like, shout out to my big brother. Yo, so I told Jamie, I was like, hey, yo, what's your actual process of when it comes to you doing, the recording process? Because I still want to make things comfortable for different artists without, kind of ruffling their feathers, because it's all about studio vibe is one of the key things to getting a good record, a great record. So he was like, yeah, I do this or whatever. I sing it through and everything. And then normally the process of singing a whole record through, that is the country music's aspect of how they record records. I said, well, look, we're going to do a comp. I'm going to have you sing the same thing over and over and over and over, all on one track. And then I would take the best parts and then put them together and stuff like that. So he was actually messing up, right? So I pushed the button. I said, Jay, hey, can you hit the note, please? He said, ha, 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 you're fat. And at that time, I was fat as hell at that time. I ain't going front. I was almost like 245 pounds at that time. So it was a funny moment, you know what I mean? But after we got finished, he pulled me to the side. He was like, hey, man, sometimes, God has always been a God that puts me in a position to pick up these gems, and then I could put them together and make this bomb-ass chain. Like, yeah, I'm rocking him, I'm sporting him like this. You know what I'm saying? So I've been blessed to be able to be picked up by the chain, and it keeps going on from there. But man.
How did can you talk about how you were able to get some of these big placements?
This industry, I want y'all to hear me on this, right? This industry is relationship based like a mug. And what I mean by that is you have to, like, people, they play musical chairs. And some people actually, and people in the industry will probably be mad as hell for me saying this, but I don't, whatever. You know what I'm saying? My blessing's too high for you to block, period. So I'm just going to be real. The industry is ran by family. And whatever person that's in position now, they may have a cousin that's going to be in position later. So they'll make sure that the placement goes there and all that. I just have a true gift of gab and really be talking my way into situations for real. But like, I'll tell you the story, like how the Jamie Foxx play even came into play. The Jamie Foxx play came into play, via with the company that I was currently with called the Inkwell. We actually sat down with Mike Jackson, and they were actually getting records and stuff for Goody Mob. And this situation ended up turning to me meeting one of my great friends, Michael McIntosh, in the hallway, be it through a person that was actually on the staff for L.A. Reid. Her name is Devette Simpson. Devette introduced me to Michael, and she told him, she was like, listen, this boy here is different. He's nothing like you've ever encountered before. Like, he has a very old soul, but he's also current too. Like, you know, this is he that thing. I was like, I was sitting there, you know, I'm wet behind the ears. Like, I don't know what's going on. I'm just, yeah, I'm excited to be in, like, you know, a full-fledged multi-million-dollar studio, and just, you know, walking in a room, and you can walk in one room and all of a sudden you see Missy Elliott walk past, and you're like, oh snap, that's Missy. And then next room you see Ray Lavender walking one way, or then you see Redman or somewhere. Like, it was crazy. So it was a lot going on. And actually went into the room, and a couple producers in there were playing stuff, and they weren't kind of like catching, you know, Mike Jackson's ear like that. And so here I am. Well, you know, my team at that time was like, yo, what to play? And I was like, play this. And there's one particular record, and then when they pressed play on that record, the room just said, boom, blew up. Everybody jumping out these seats, running out the room, like, yo, this, that, and the other. I'm like, word, that's what it do. I'm gonna run with it. That's what it do. And then Michael actually came and approached me, and then a day or two later, he actually came to our actual studio, and he deliberately brought Jamie's manager, Breon Prescott, to the studio that night. He came during the day, and then Breon came that night. And then when Breon came that night, he heard this one particular record called Hollywood. And this record just stuck with him. He was like, yo, this would be a great record for Jamie. But I didn't know that at that time, because at that time my team member was in there. I was still in the other room cooking.
Mm-hmm.
So he came in there, he introduced himself to me. And I was like, yeah. Like, I said, yo, man, you got something special on you, boy. I'm like, word, appreciate it, my brother. You know what I'm saying? And he was like, I think it'd be a great record for Jay. And at that time, I didn't know who Jay was. I didn't know who he was talking about at that time. So my manager came in that time, and he was like, yo, you're going to the studio with Jamie Foxx in 2 weeks. I said, nigga, what? What you talking about? Studio with Jamie Foxx. I'm like, word? I'm like, you serious? He was like, yeah, you're going in with Jamie in 2 weeks. Uh-oh, what up?
Oh,
Yeah.
Chris, I'm going to go ahead and mute your phone, Chris, 1 second.
Oh, no, that's so good. So good. So when he came in and everything, and you know, we ended up actually going a week earlier. Jamie flew us out. We was working in what was that? What's the studio? South Beach Studios in Miami, and that everything else was history with that situation. But to answer your question, full-fledged, it's about relationships, and honestly, just do something different. Don't be like every other producer. Don't be like every other songwriter. Like, what made music fun is the fact that, you know, we're able to capture lightning inside of a bottle. That's what you're doing this for. Like, you know what I'm saying? Everybody got a different story. You're talking about how they capture lightning in a bottle. You want to get an evergreen record. An evergreen record means a record that lives on forever. That's why, you know, Michael Jackson's Bad album will forever be an evergreen. Or, you know the song, girl, you know I love you. It don't matter where it comes on, that everybody's gonna sing that record, because it was a record that actually made people feel some kind of way, and it was nothing like its sound. And it don't make a difference whether, if you hear it at the club that got goddamn Lil Jon and East Side Boys, or they playing the Baby over here, or they playing country music over here. If that record come on, people gonna tap into it, because it's a record that make you feel some type of way, and it's gonna take you to a place that you was like, oh, it brings familiarity. You know what I'm saying?
Now we have a lot of different artists on here that are at different stages in their careers. So some people who have maybe 300 listeners on Spotify, and others that have 50,000. And one of the struggles that I've noticed amongst all these artists is that they struggle with getting their music out to a big audience. So how are you able to do that when you first started off?
Getting it out. See, marketing. Yo, if you want to get your music out to the people, you have to market. It's no way around it. It's no different. Like, you know, you gotta think about it like this. Think about it from, since we're in a pandemic, we're gonna think about it from a presidency aspect.
Mm-hmm.
If you voted for Barack Obama, guess what Barack Obama did? He didn't just talk to you from his phone and tweet. Nah, he got his ass on a bus. He got his ass on a plane. He got his ass on the train. And he went and did what? He went and shaked hands and kissed the babies. Word of mouth is one of the best marketing tools possible. You have to be in the field. It doesn't, if there's a big concert going on, right? Let's just say Lil Wayne does a show at the biggest stadium you have in your city. It doesn't make any sense that you're not there doing something that's actually going to garner that fan base attention. Understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I seen, yo, one of the dopest things I've ever seen from a marketing standpoint that somebody did. I can't remember the dude's name, but it was an artist. The dude deliberately purchased, or it may have been his truck already. He had an 18-wheeler, right?
Mm-hmm.
It was for birthday bash out here in Atlanta. They have birthday bash for 107.9 every year annually, right? He deliberately parked a big ass 18-wheeler truck with a picture of a cartoon face of him on the side. It's an all white truck. And you know what he did? As the people were walking past, you got literally probably like maybe like 60,000, 70,000 people that's at this one event. And you know what he did? He performed on top of that damn truck with the speaker on. I don't know how he got the speaker on top of the joint, but he did. And he ended up actually garnering the attention of, like, you know, like Cash Money or a couple other heads, different A&R stuff that's walking out there and stuff. And like, you got to get that out there in the field. If you don't get out there in the field, people ain't gonna never know that you did, that you're there. You got to, it's like you have to plant a seed. When you plant a seed, you got to water it. And then after the seed goes through the dirt and breaks through the dirt, actually somebody can see the seed. Plant your seed. That's how you going to get out there for real, for real.
Do you think it's different between different genres? So say you work in the hip hop and R&B space, but you think it's the same kind of marketing tactics across all genres?
It's no new way to invent the wheel. You know what I'm saying? Like Justin Bieber, he's not a hip hop, what's his name? He's a what artist? He's a pop artist, right?
Mm-hmm.
What he did to get noticed, he sat outside in that park and was playing that guitar, and then people seen him. A whole bunch of people seen him playing that guitar, singing, and you know, just like I said, word of mouth spreads way better than actually just putting. Nowadays, you just take the phone and just put it up there, and then that's your new word of mouth. But I mean, still, get out there. That boy sat in the park. Yo, move around. That's the only way that you're gonna be able to, you know, spread your seeds around. You gotta move around. You know what I'm saying?
Now you've seen a lot of success in your career, obviously having been Grammy nominated and working with top artists, but do you still struggle with getting your music out there?
Yes, I do. And that's why I said get around. You know what I'm saying? I've been blessed for real, you know, to, you know, the likes, you know, like Jamie and Tyrese. They actually, I did a cover song of Pink Matter by Frank Ocean, and shot a visual to it. Well, not a cover song, I did a freestyle actually to the joint. And when I posted it, the first thing Tyrese had hit me, and he was like, bro, this is necessary. This is needed. This is a new sound. This is something that we need, bro. And then I'm sitting in the studio one night, and Ty had posted it because I had started getting a whole bunch of pings to my phone, just like followers just coming like, what the hell's going on? So I looked at my phone, I'm with my mans, and I'm looking at him, I was like, yeah, so yo, Ty just posted a video. He was like, word. He was like, yo, it'd be crazy if Jamie posted it too. I said, yeah, but really? Jamie posted it too? He went and pulled up on his phone. I kid you not, this is literally 5 minutes apart from each other. Jamie posted the same video. And deliberately, I ended up garnering, I was, at that point in time, I had 2,225 followers at that time.
Mm-hmm.
In 10 minutes, I was up 17,000.
Wow.
And then when I looked at their page, I looked at it and it said 83,739 views,
Mm-hmm.
29,000 likes. I'm like, oh yeah, that's on one page, and then I went to the other page, and it was 74,000 something views and 16,000 likes. I was like, oh my god, yo, what is going on? It was crazy, man. Yo, to this day, like, you know what I'm saying? You never know how much of an impression you'll make on a person just by one, being humble, and just, don't check the scoreboard, just play the game. You know what I'm saying? And then things begin to happen when you're not paying attention. You know what I'm saying? Characteristics of a man and woman are displayed when you think a person is not paying attention to you.
Do you think that it's helpful for artists to tag? And Chris, I see your question here, but we'll have some time for a Q&A in a second. But do you think, J-Rel, that it's helpful for artists to tag big artists in order to get some notification or get an audience from them?
Of course, definitely. A closed mouth don't get fed. Period. I mean, that just goes with, life. You know what I mean? Of course, if you get an opportunity to get somebody's attention, do it. You know what I'm saying? Like, why not?
How do you decide who you want to work with?
How do I decide who I want to work with?
Mm-hmm.
Honest God, truth, I don't even look at it like that. Who I decide I want to work with. It's whoever's willing to work. One thing is this: if you're willing to invest into yourself, that's what majority of the industry is. If you invest into yourself, people will be susceptible to being, okay, cool. You go and take the risk on, or take you have the inertia to push yourself to be like, okay, let me dig into my pocket and make this make sense. Because money talks, yo. I'm gonna be real. Money talks, and when you do that, you're pretty much it's like you serving the tennis ball up and hitting it in their side. Now, if they're gonna play the game with you, they're gonna return fire. If not, then they're gonna lose the game. You know what I'm saying? So, like, invest into yourself, man. I mean, that would definitely get anybody that wants to actually work, make you feel like you want to work. Like, you gotta plant the seed. That's the action. Water the seed. If you plant, that's what I'm talking about when I said it earlier. Like, pour water, you gotta replenish yourself. Like, you gotta do that in order to be seen. You know what I'm saying? It all intertwines with marketing yourself and doing this and all that and the other. Like, yeah, definitely do that. Pay your way.
What's your business strategy? Because you're an independent artist as well. So how do you get your music out there? Who does your social media? How do you manage everything?
I mean, I got a team of people that, I'll work with. And plus, like I said, relationship-based things. You know what I mean? I work with, a good friend of mine, Ashley Miranda's, who I've been knowing for so many years. She did a lot of PR work for the likes of Future and, Jeezy. And, Lord, how many people this girl don't work with for real? They work with a lot of people, man. And that's just a friendship-based thing. Like I said, relationships equal, success. Like, plus my team, my team, 3 a.m. We got everybody just pulls in and pretty much try to help each other out. Like one of my business partners, June Summers, he was in the likes of working with with Nipsey Hussle in his early days and stuff, and he still has a whole bunch of different relationships out there in Cali because he was out there in Cali moving around with Nip. Or my other business partner, Reality's worked with the likes of a whole bunch of different people from New York. And I mean, Lord Jamar is actually his family member, you know what I'm saying? So Lord Jamar can help out different things, just connecting dots along the way, having relationships working out here. Shanti Das. Shanti Das actually, I love my sister. Shout out to Shanti. Shanti actually allowed me to be able to perform on her stage for ATL in the Park last year. And, things like that. And I could be able to open up for, different artists. Like, who, it wasn't a guy that performed. I can't remember the name of the group. I can't remember. But, like, it's an opportunity to be able just to connect with people just via through those type of channels and having those relationships with certain people. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like, you got to get out there and network, man. Your network is what your net worth will be. You know what I'm saying? So that's the best. That's honestly the best thing I can honestly tell you for real.
Cool. Gerald, I'm going to open up the floor to all of the artists and producers and people that we have up on here. It looks like we've got a group of about 12 of us on here. So welcome, everybody. So we've got Problem Child, a Philly-based Caribbean hip-hop and R&B group. They're dope. Lily Chen, who is Elsie. She's an indie pop alternative R&B. We're still trying to figure out exactly what it is.
Just music. That's what it is.
Yeah, she's a good artist out in LA. Chris Carter, he is a hip hop artist out of Kansas City, Missouri. Light Up. Yep, Light Up. We've got you met Light out in the the Grammys, Grammy night.
Light Up up here. Where you at?
You should be able to see him. He is a Bronx-based rapper.
My brother, Twin. What up, Twin?
And then we got Kid Hyphen out here, who is a Harlem-based rapper. We got my brother on here, Anthony. And then let's see. Reality, dope. Reality, welcome. And then actually, I don't know some of these people, so you got some of your people out here too.
Oh yeah, I see some solo star with Sophie. I see you, Sophie. Okay.
Sophie, Jonathan Jennings, Brian Andretti. Cool. Welcome everybody. So I'm gonna open up the floor to all of you guys. Does anyone have any questions for J-Rel? Chris, I see your question on the side. If you want to take a second to ask your question, go ahead. I'll unmute you.
Where is it at? Okay.
All right.
Y'all hear me?
Yep.
What's up, King? How you doing?
I'm good. How you doing? My name's Chris Carter. I'm at I'm in Kansas City right now, but I'm from Louisville, KY. I've been like making music for about 8 months. My streams are going pretty good. They could be better. I do market myself. But I was wondering, how could I get into these bigger artists like radar? You know what I'm saying? With that, especially with this quarantine going on, I know everybody's at home. And like I said, I do Instagram ads and Google ads and all these other different things. But I can't really get onto these bigger level artists. Because, you know what I'm saying? I don't mind spending money. I definitely, invest in myself. And I'm trying to get up there with them.
Well, okay, first thing I'm going to tell you is this, right? It's not about getting to the bigger artists. It's about conquering your field. And what I mean by that, you have to make a name for yourself for where you at, period. When you at, one of the things, see, I've been blessed to be around a lot of OGs, man. And a lot of OGs always told me, say, yo, when you're a king, you don't got to speak. People speak for you. So with that that means deliberately, like, yo, go and conquer your people. Get your people involved. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, you got one fit, you got 10 people swinging at one thing. It's gonna be more of a connect versus you. You know what I'm saying? So like,
right.
Literally, go ahead and just like tap into your field, man. Like whoever, like if you got another artist that's around you that's doing the same, collaborate with that man or that girl. You know what I'm saying? Like,
no, and that's what I do for the most part. I collaborate with a lot of different artists. Especially like with my last post, I'll have everybody try to tap in, make sure they tag what such and such and such. You know what I'm saying? But like I was saying, I don't know. I was just thinking, as far as not even on some put me on type of thing. I'm not even on that type of time. I just would like to work with certain artists. You know what I mean? I was wondering how I can get onto their radar to get them to want to work also. Because you gotta let people come to you. You know what I'm saying? You can't always. So.
Oh man, if they don't want to rock with you, get them. Move on. Do your thing.
No, God. Thanks.
It's crazy. My dude Rob calling me now. He keep calling me. I keep hanging up.
So we got another question in the comments. Let's see. We got one from someone saying, "Are you signing any artists or producers?" And do you feel if you stayed in Connecticut, you would have had the same success that you've had?
Well, like I said, that's why I told you earlier. I feel like yo, what the fact that I did start doing a lot of performing out there, it did start to make, a lot of people get hip to what it is that I was trying to do. I think the move coming out here, via the move with my mom and stuff coming out to Atlanta, I think it was able for me to be able to, spread my wings and then get put in an uncomfortable position so that I can get comfortable. You know what I'm saying? Or I wouldn't have been able to have an opportunity to run into, my brother Rabian working at Champs and then seeing him at the store and then me selling him some sneakers and giving him the military and the friends and family discount. And then this happened and all of a sudden he introduced me to this person and then that person introduced me to that person. Like it had to be a part of the process. So, yes and no. How about that? Is that fair to say?
Cool. And then he also says, do you feel that you losing on 106 in Park gave you the motivation to go harder and not
brought up 106. Oh, don't bring me back to that. Yo, listen, man. Shout out to my big brother Pat Charles. Oh man, yeah, man. Losing on 106 in Park, man. Wow. I felt like I won, man. Them other people no hate. They didn't make the crowd move like I did. They was dancing, man, but whatever. I believe that I had to lose on 106 in Park because it put me back into a humbling state. And it actually forced me to push my pen and push my production that much further. And it's safe to say that losing led me to a definite Grammy nom, and I thank God for that. So yeah. I'll take this L. I'll take that L for that one.
Cool. All right. Light, you got a question you want to ask? I'm going to go ahead and unmute you. Go ahead.
My brother.
Hey, what Light, what up, bro? The sound went.
Light. All right.
Twizzy, what up? You can hear me?
Yeah, I can hear
you now. What up, King?
Hey, what's Gucci Twin? How you been, baby?
I'm blessed, man. It keep going out.
All right. Like.
Oh, damn.
All right, we hear you.
Okay. It was good, my brother. Glad you out there staying safe and healthy. You feel me? That's number one.
Hey, man, I'm just trying to make it in the world. That's all. You know what I'm
saying? Yeah, man. I wanted to agree with you. First of all, I'm glad to see you, my brother. You know what I'm saying? We got to link up next time you touch down. You already know what time it is.
Ready, yo.
But, yeah, man, I wanted to agree with a lot of great points you were having, bro, especially in terms of, telling artists that not only like, I feel like to add to the point about the dude that was on the 18-wheeler performing, and it's really about, I could even use another example of a prominent rapper now, the Baby. I remember seeing homie at South by Southwest in a diaper. You heard, bro? Your man was in a diaper, son. And niggas was like, yo, your man's in a diaper, iced out though, you feel me? But like, your man in a diaper, and like that really garnered a lot of attention. And like, it's not to say to go out there in a diaper, you feel me? But it's more to say, really, I mean, this comes along with creating your own universe, right? Because he created the Baby universe and he took it all the way to the diaper, right? But like, to create innovative ways to attract an audience, differently, not your norm. And we got to think of things like, paintings and how you can paint so many different things in so many different ways with so many different colors. Just don't feel like you have to do what everybody else is doing to get your name out there. Try different things, try different pieces of art, you know what I mean? From videos to pictures to ideas to themes, things like that. I wanted to really agree and touch on that. And as well as investing in yourself. Right. This is a really, really big point that I feel gets lost in the cracks with a lot of people, because it comes with a lot of research and mindfulness when you're spending money. Okay, like a lot of people will give you advice, and there's a lot of things they may, you know, attract you to spend in that way. Like, you gotta spend money on videos, on recording, on mixing, on all types of things that, you know, are very necessary. But like, you know, there's a lot of money pits in the industry too, and ways that you can waste your time wasting your money. And I wanted to like ask you, and maybe if you can touch on some of those things where you can help people understand what I'm talking about here.
So tell me the question one more time.
Like what are some money pits or some ways that you can avoid wasting time and money in you know, in the industry?
One thing is this, keeping it real. If you have the opportunity to invest in certain things that would cancel out having to outsource, like a camera, like there's nothing, like, man, if you can figure out a camera and get your own camera, and then you can have somebody who has the knowledge to be able to, one, shoot for you and then bring them on board now, or you ain't got to worry about it. You got your videographer. Then you can use your own ideas. Y'all can bounce ideas back and forth off each other. You know what I'm saying? Or who is like, let's say, the main party promoter for, you know, your city or whatever, and you locking in with them. Well, okay, if they known for having parties, well, that's a stage for you to perform at. On top of that, they know how to actually reach people. Oh, damn, that's a PR, huh? That's a public relations person. Or what we saying, PRs hate this word. They don't like hearing PRs. They like hearing. So, damn, this could be my brand manager right here. Oh, let me try to lock in with this person here. And then all of a sudden, you start to see that everybody form like Voltron to become a superhero. And you know what I'm saying? Like, you got to think in that aspect and kind of really be, you know, open and, you know, just being willing to be able to, you know, pick up the pieces like as you go along. You know what I'm saying?
I completely agree, Jay. I think I completely understand what you're saying. Is like a team is gonna get you bypassed a lot of money spending, right? Having a good team behind you. Yeah. There's no I in this industry. I tell people all the time, Jay, right? You need a team. Or having a team really propels you, right?
Definitely.
Cool. All right. I'm going to go ahead and move on to the next one. Light.
My brother.
Love you, Light.
Love
That's
you.
a good question.
Thank you.
I'm going to go ahead and move on. We got a lot of questions for you. Let's see. Anthony says, actually, Anthony, I'm going to unmute you if you want to ask your question. Go ahead. Anthony, can you hear us?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yep, we got you.
Hi, Adriel. Thanks for doing this. I appreciate your time.
Oh, man, it's all good, man. Appreciate you having me.
Yeah. So my question was, for the last couple of years, I've been struggling with even appreciating music. So it's more like it feels like a chore, or like I really got to force myself to get in the zone. But I don't know. Like, I feel so dry now, and I'm really looking for a way to find my passion back. What would you recommend?
Recommending this from any aspect. You have to change your surroundings. You have to change your it's like sometimes when I get writer's block, right? If I'm sitting right here in front of my, you know, my dining room, my living room table or whatever, and I'm just sitting here, I'm like, oh, I can't find it. I deliberately force myself to change my atmosphere and then try to pull from that type of source. Like, I'll go outside. I don't give a damn if you go sit in the cupboard and look at a can of goddamn SpaghettiOs. Change your atmosphere, man. Like, that helps a lot. You know what I'm saying? That's why a lot of people don't record in, like, you know, the confines of just one vicinity. Like, I don't know if you knew this, but Kanye, I believe, when they did when him and Jay did Niggas in Paris, they actually were in Paris overlooking the Eiffel Tower from their balcony, recorded on a laptop and everything. Like, you know what I'm saying? And it put them in that type of mind frame to be like, all right, so this is what I want to talk about. Let me paint this picture so vividly to the point, because this is what I'm seeing. You know what I'm saying? So changing your atmosphere, my brother, I think would definitely help you out on that.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Okay, my brother. Hey, man, don't lose no life for that, man. Go ahead and go keep goddamn changing your atmosphere, man. Don't find that music, man. Music help.
Yeah,
Cool.
thank you.
All right, Anthony, that's my brother, y'all. That is my blood brother.
Oh, word, Anthony. Hey, man, sis and me gonna be on your bones from now on, man. When you feel like that, man, we on you now.
Yeah.
All right, love you. I'll call you. And then let's see. I see all of your guys' questions out here. I'm gonna try to get to all of you. Hove, I see you raise your hand. Problem Child, if you guys want to go, I'm gonna go ahead and unmute you. I got you. You're good to go.
Here, what's the deal? So, you know what I mean? So first, I just wanted to speak on, I forgot his dude's name, but he was kind of asking, you know, how to get to bigger artists and stuff like that. And I just wanted to share a personal experience we kind of just had over this quarantine, basically. Like, you know, we was on the gram heavy, and because I was tapped in on the gram, we do something on our Instagram page called Whip Rap. So like it would just be us three in the wheel. We rap and we going over different beats and all that. But you know, when the quarantine hit, we kind of just OD'd and was on some every day. We is dropping them Jones every day. Hopping on different people's lives and shit, you know, rapping for people on their lives and all that. We got on Sway John, Fab seen us on there. That shit. So then we was like, yo, fuck it, we gonna do a Fab. We gonna do a Fab song for our next Whip Rap. Got everybody text Fab. Fab ended up seeing that shit. Then he started the Cool Summer Challenge. Next thing you know, we on Fab page. So all this shit happened like over the quarantine. So it's like, you know, like right now, really a great time to get in front of, even the audience, like, cause it's definitely about building an audience over getting the other artists to fuck with you. It's like, if you could get that audience, man, they'll get the people eyes to you. So, you know, I just wanted to share that experience for us, cause it definitely like, the quarantine's still not over. So it's like, it's a super great time to just go ham on your gram, man.
No, bro.
Out and just, keep building.
It makes all the sense in the world to be on the gram right now, because that is the main stage.
Real talk.
When I tell you it's the main stage, boy, you don't understand, dog. I'm telling you deliberately, because like I've never seen so many people go live at the same time on IG.
Real shit. Real shit.
Just have a field day, just pick different parties to jump into. Like I love what like D-Nice, right? D-Nice such a move, and he set such a bar so high when he got up to, I think it was like 100,000, 200,000 people.
Yeah.
Like, come on, bro. Like being in that room, if you wasn't in that room posting and saying this, like I deliberately went in there and I was like, yo, D-Nice, shout out to you, appreciate it, homie. Look, got my video, I just dropped Cure. Y'all go click the link, put the link right in there. Flat.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And then you gotta be like that. Like, you know what I'm saying? And then what happens is you start garnering the attention of people that's there too. You know what I'm saying?
100%, bro. That's exactly what the fuck happened. Like, you mean? Because we just tapped in on our group page and our individual pages. So we in the comments just going in, like, you know what I mean? Just going on everybody's shit, you feel me? So eventually we just hopped in so many people's shit. Like people was in different lives commenting like, yo, they been in everybody live lately, you know what I mean?
That's because we shooters.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's the vibe you gotta have.
Shut them down. You understand me, boy? Yeah.
Yeah, man. If you try to level your shit up, it's like you gotta live your life, you know what I'm saying, in the space of like it's no way I'm not.
Yeah.
So it's like he was talking about getting to that point and shit like that. But I think it's just about your mind.
Yeah.
Like, what a man thinketh, so is he, right? So like, nigga, we getting this shit. Yeah. Regardless.
Like,
so it's like
not asking for this.
it's not, it's like, yo, at the end of the day, I'm gonna keep posting, I'm gonna keep telling y'all,
right.
tell y'all, you know what I mean?
Right.
Somebody gonna bite.
I'm glad you said that. So let me tell you, right? 2016, me and my brother June Summers deliberately, we are at this club out here in Atlanta. I can't remember the name of the club, but we're me and our girls, and we're with music that night. He's performing at this club. Right. Strike a 12, I guarantee, I promise you this. Me and my mans looked at each other and said, yo, nom year. And then Musiq was like, okay, nom year. We're going to get a nom year. And we kept speaking that and believing that. And that actually turned into something that's actually tangible. And we did get nominated for a Grammy nomination.
Oh, yeah, bro. Dope.
So I don't mean to preach or nothing, but I'm just going to give you the real, because this is really what people got to understand. The tongue is powerful, bro. It's the
hell yeah.
Very powerful. Yeah. And the reason why I'm saying it's powerful because it's the only part on your body that literally has a gate and a seal.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta think about what you say before you do it, because you really got that type of power to make it manifest for real. So what y'all gotta do, just like I did, bro, I'm gonna pass that word on to y'all. Speak what it is that you desire from your heart, and it will come to pass, homie. Like straight up.
Mm-hmm. Big facts. We was talking that shit the whole time. We like, yo, fuck that. We coming out this quarantine on another level.
Big facts. You take over the world. You know what I mean?
Correct.
Gang shit.
All right, I'm gonna go ahead and move on to the next question. Thank you, Problem Child, Scotty, Pride, Hope.
Thank you.
Appreciate you.
A good question, good insight. Lily, I'm gonna go ahead and pick on you. I'm gonna unmute you. Go ahead and ask your question right now.
All right. Yeah. Thank you so much, Jay.
What's up, Lily?
Yeah. Hey. Yes, I am the artist with many genres out in LA. My question is about the team, which is such an important part. I guess first is, how long did you go before you started picking up your team? Like, how early would you recommend doing that? And then second is, like, how do you actually pick those people? Because it's so important that you have a good, support system, and just you guys trust each other, because you're in it for the long haul.
You gotta understand, this it's a marriage. You know what I'm saying? It's no different from a man that found a wife, or a wife that found a man. You know what I'm saying? Like, you just gotta really, first and foremost.
J-Ro, can you speak up a little bit?
Can you hear me? Can you hear me now?
Yep, you're good.
All right, so what I was saying, I was like, it's you gotta have to, it's a marriage. You know what I'm saying? One, stay in your lane. You know what I'm saying? Like, deliberately, you gotta have peanut butter and you gotta have jelly, right? You put it together, you got a sandwich. You're gonna be able to eat together forever. And that's almost like the layman's terms I could actually put it, for real. It's almost like when you know. You know what I'm saying? Don't rush into anything, but just like, pretty much, how can I say this in another way? People think looking with your third eye, they say, or whatever, looking with a third eye can help you out. Me personally, I mean, you gotta, I don't just look at my business partners as business partners. I look at them as brothers. Like the company that we started, it's called 3 a.m. And that means 3 anointed men. And when you're able to recognize and see that they have the same kindred soul as you, it makes it that much easier, because you know that they're deliberately going after the same goal as you. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, just, you know what I mean? Find people that's like you, like-minded people. You know what I'm saying? And you'll know from then on. You know what I'm saying? That's what I can say about that. Definitely.
Cool. So we got a couple more minutes. I am going to leave a little bit of time from about 1 to 1:30. So for anyone who wants to stay on after this, if you guys still want to ask questions or like just meet some people in the music industry, then you're more than welcome to hang on tight. But for the next few minutes, I see all of these questions. We don't have enough time to get to all of them, but I will give you guys a way to connect and find J-Rel. But J-Rel, before we end the Q&A, can you give 3 pieces of advice to all the people on here? So we've got some producers, we've got some artists, sound engineers, songwriters, people of all likes in different genres. Can you just give 3 pieces of advice to the group?
Yeah. All right. So you said there's music, there's producers, songwriters, and engineers in here, right?
And artists.
And artists. Okay. Artists. Number 1. Do something that's never been done before. That's what causes you to stand out in the crowd. That everybody's trying to get everybody's attention. Just like, homie said, like I've said, it's like, yo, baby put a diaper on. Well, when you're able to go out there, first and foremost, be so not blunt, but be so open to the people that you're not afraid to be out there, and lack of better words, be butt naked. And what I mean by that is show your what your mishaps are. Show your your insecurities, because that you never know how many people are out there that are going through the exact same things as you. You know what I'm saying? For engineers, be different. Everything ain't auto-tune EFX. Try some different things. That's what separated a lot of engineers, like one of my big time, oh man, Richard Furch, 7-time Grammy nominated, no, 7-time winner, 20-time nominated. Just worked with the likes of Prince, BJ Chicago Kid, Tyrese, Jennifer Hudson, Jesus Lord. The list goes on and on and on and on. He told me, he was like, I could actually give you some real game. Like when you have a de-esser track or something to that magnitude, and you actually put like a different compressor, like compressors that I'm trying to think of, like a CLA 7.6, or they know what I'm talking about. If the engineers, a CLA 7.6 or a CLA 2A or whatever, make sure that you put those deliberately directly on your actual tracks. This would, and if you don't do that, what happens is you start to cause your EQs to phase. You don't want that. You don't want that to happen at all. Put your reverbs behind the vocal. Put everything behind your vocals. Don't put it directly on your vocals. You know what I'm saying? That way that you still get the true to ear sound. And you know what I'm saying? Make sure you put your vocals in the front. You can use an RVox. That's one of the things I use a lot. RVox is everything. I love RVox. Renaissance Vox. You said there are also songwriters up here, right?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Songwriters. Write about something that ain't the same thing. I don't want to hear not one more song saying models and bottles on another record ever in life again. Okay? Please. and the best thing I could tell you for real is right from a standpoint of only something you experience. You know what I'm saying? Like, be witty. Wittiness is one of the greatest things. I'm gonna give y'all a gem, right? So how I got to the Grammy nom alongside my brother June and Musiq. What we did is this. Every song that we did was an oxymoron, deliberately. Like Hard Liquor. That's one song that's on Musiq's album. Broken Hearts. That's another song that's on there. Test Drive. That's another song on there. Like, use oxymorons. Oxymorons are a good way to kind of force you to step outside the box and take two different moments and then splicing them together. Like, I got a record called Cold Summer that we actually doing with music and stuff like that. And one of the lines I said in the joint is, I found a snowflake in a breeze. Now, that's different. Like, how you gonna have a snowflake and you got a breeze? You got cold and you got heat. You put them both together, and now it just turns into a punchline. You know what I'm saying? So, who else on here? I forgot.
You got most of them. A lot of these people do a lot of work themselves. Like Problem Child does the production, they do the songwriting, and they're the artists as well. Same with Light. Chris is an artist and he works with a producer. Lily is a songwriter and an artist. So we've got a good amount of everybody. But I think you've given some pretty good advice. Any last gems? I'm going to give you some time to talk about what you've got coming out. But any last big piece of advice for everybody?
Everybody better hit me on the DM so we can work. Everybody.
Cool. And then lastly, what are you working on right now?
Right now, so there's a plethora of things. I'm going back in with Mr. Probs. Actually, going back in. I'm supposed to be deliberately today. I'm supposed to be in Amsterdam right now, and with the pandemic going on, of course, we can't go. But after that, so we're going in to actually finish on Mr. Probs' project. Working on my own personal project, Religion. That's about 90% done. The 5% is we are going to master mode for shoot visuals. The other project, Mila, I just had actually did a live with her last night. She has a project that's dropping in the fall, I want to say. This year, we're gonna drop it. You know what I'm saying? And as the project Mila W from the group 702. I mean, working with her, finishing that project. Musiq Soulchild project, got that coming out. His solo project, and we got the duo project. So the duo project, I want to let y'all know. If y'all don't know, Musiq and I have a duo group called Denim Rose, and when I tell you, it's one of the dopest sounds that I feel like we ever could do. It's almost like it's like Outkast meets Mint Condition / Wu-Tang. I would say that. And the only reason why I'm saying Wu-Tang because Wu-Tang is, a sample-based group, you know what I'm saying? So like it's definitely some great vibes on there. I'm very excited about that project. We also got Kelly Spellman project coming out very soon. We call her name is Wednesday. You know what I'm saying? So Wednesday's coming out. She's a dope artist. You know what I mean? She's kind of like Katy Perry meets Rihanna type of vibe. You know what I'm saying? She's dope. June Summers project. That project is pretty much done too. So I mean, it's just like as this pandemic goes along, we'll be knocking some things out of the way.
Mm-hmm. How can people? Oh, go ahead.
I don't know if I'm speaking out of place, but it's kind of what I actually have, kind of a cool praise report. Also, I hear through the grapevine that somebody with the last name Jackson might be jumping down on something too. So y'all keep y'all fingers and your toes crossed with your boy. That'd be a great vibe. You know what I'm saying?
Nice. What's the best way that people can find your music and the keep up with everything that you've got coming out?
Definitely going to the coming to my page. I am J Rel on Instagram. Also going to my actual website, which is religion.com. You can also go to 3ammusicgroup.com. That page is actually it's still getting built up, but on there you can find my music on Spotify. You can find it on Tidal. You can find it on iTunes, Apple. It's all over. You know what I'm saying? Just type in J Rel. Girls, like I said, Girls and Guitars. That's up there right now. Eviction, that video is out. That's on YouTube. Trying to get this thing on, this Cure video, trying to get this thing on Revolt TV. You know what I'm saying? So if there's anybody out there on Revolt, like holla at me, let's pop in, let's lock it in, you know what I'm saying? And also sharing is caring. I believe in splitting publishing. I'm gonna sit amongst people. You know what I'm saying? So if y'all with that lifestyle, I'm with it too. Believe it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Cool. Awesome. So we got a lot of questions. So I'm gonna link everybody up to you on Instagram. So I'm just gonna put your at down at the bottom of the chat if anyone wants to add you. And then I'm gonna keep everybody on. So J-Rel, you're more than welcome to hop off if you need to. Thank you so much for your time. But I'm gonna keep you guys, if anyone wants to stick around and network a little bit, get to know some people that are in the music industry, you guys are welcome to stay on. But thank you so much, J-Rel, for everything.
For having me, Alex.
Yeah, we were really happy to have you.